Hello STC, here is the Sprint 4 review. This sprint was on a lot of notifying, user creation, finishing up the validators, and CloudFront and lazy loading. So to start, the notification for when the user's sent to a different page. So for example, if I previously forced this user to have a password reset, like I logged into STC admin and forced this guy to have a password reset. So if I try to log in with the old password, we'll get a notification now saying you must set your password, and of course they have an email there so you can reset your password. As for the validators, that the thing holding the closing of this user story out was this specific one, in that it needed to talk about the requirements for the password, which are uppercase letter, lowercase letter, and number. So if I type uppercase letter, it'll show all the stuff. So I typed an uppercase, lowercase, then a number. Those get rid of it, and then the 8-character requirement is also there. So I can reset this password. Another thing is if one of these isn't, the other thing that prevented this from being closed is that I didn't want any API requests to be sent until all the validations were satisfied, and as you can see, that is the case now. But let's go ahead and show that this works, and we get a notification, successfully reset password. So there's a bunch of notifications you'll see as we continue the video. The one that I have not considered done yet is for the user creation. It notifies upon successful user creation. However, there is a case in which the user creation will be unsuccessful, and this has to do with us only allowing one customer admin per organization. So we have over here, I'll do a name, username, crazy, birthday, email. Shouldn't matter because we shouldn't allow this. So if I'm creating a new customer admin under an organization that already exists, if the organization already exists, that means it should already have a customer admin, and we should not allow this. So if I go ahead and send this request, it says that this organization already has a customer admin and the user was not created, and then you'll see there's no notification here. So that'll be a quick fix in next sprint, and then we can close out that task. Okay, so on this page was where a lot of the work went. So we have created a Dynamo table that just has the org IDs and the names for the organization, and we have the drop down now, and this only displays for the STC admin. It also is only requestable from an STC admin ID token, so you can only get it if you know the credentials for the STC admin account. So that gets returned there. Scott has created the function that returns the organization name. Then we added the API. Yes, so creating a new customer admin. So we gotta do a valid one here. So if you want to create a new customer admin, you have to create a new organization. So the new organization, let's say, is STC's Medicines, and it is an admin. Oh, another potential case is if we're trying to create a new organization and it's not an admin, then a customer cannot be created in an organization with no customer admin. The user was not created, and we need a notification there. But if they are an admin, it should go through. It does successfully create a new user, and then we can go over to here, refresh this, and we'll see STC's Medicines and a randomly generated org ID. And it's randomly generated, but it's also verified that it doesn't already exist in the dictionary that's returned from the drop-down thing here. And then if we go here, go back, we can see that STC's medicines is now on the drop-down table. Yep, displaying the drop-down. Daniel did that. And then Matthew did a lot of the other stuff, requesting the organization IDs, generating the number and sending it, and creating the organization field because they need a text area to input the new organization. So that is that. The only thing left is the notifying on the different use cases for it. Then, oh, this is the one that we already talked about, how the password stuff and the not sending a request until all the validations are satisfied has been completed, as I showed previously. So for CloudFront, Rohan actually, I was surprised that he was able to get this because this seemed like a daunting task to me. But we have the CloudFront link here, and it does work. It has all the functionality of the previous one. You log in here, still get notifications, shows everyone. You can still deactivate a user, and then you get the notification for that too, and you can enable the user. Also, that is in so that was another task: combine enable and disable user into one function. So Scott created the Lambda function for that, and then I created the API endpoint, and it is all connected. So this is only one API endpoint and one Lambda function, just with another Boolean of whether it should be enabled or disabled. But as you can see, it's HTTPS, which is sweet. The only problem is whenever I refresh, it gets to this page, and then I have to go like that. I don't really know what that is because I didn't work on this. So I messaged Rohan, and hopefully he can get to that in the following sprint, figure out why that's an error, and get that to work. We had refresh issues before because we were just storing tokens as variables. So a refresh would wipe a refresh would essentially log you out, or at least lose your tokens. So we needed to work on that, and like maybe storing as cookies. We have to research how to make that work. But now we have another refresh issue to handle, so that'll be happening next sprint. Lazy loading has been implemented. I believe I can demonstrate it if let's go back to the home screen. Let's copy this, close that, and go here. Pull up the console. Okay, so let's see here. Yes, so the chunks load individually. So you can see I get the first chunk here. If I go to a new page, then it'll load the next chunk. So it progressively loads the website instead of loading it all at once, and it'll still be there, so it doesn't like have to reload it. But once it loads it once, then it has it, but it doesn't have to load everything at once, and that's what lazy loading does. And Steven got that finished. And we had an error, and I want to shout out Matt because he was able to, because it would work locally, but then when we uploaded to S3, we were getting a weird error, and Matt figured out like the pathing issue and was able to get that working. So that is it for that one. Sorry, this was kind of a long video, but there's a lot to demonstrate. Yeah, let us know any feedback. Rohan has to submit a report on Monday, so let us know as soon as you can. Thank you very much for watching.